The power goes out in your city tonight. Not a blown transformer. Not a neighborhood flicker. A full regional blackout, the kind that takes down traffic lights, cell towers, and water pressure all at once. You have exactly 47 minutes before Walmart is stripped to the walls. I know that number because a retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant with 22 years of service timed it. He physically drove to a Walmart during a major regional blackout in 2011 in the Mid-Atlantic corridor. He counted the carts. He watched the shelves. He noted exactly when each section hit zero. I'm going to show you the exact item that disappears from Walmart in the first 6 minutes. Not the first hour. The first 6 minutes. The number 4 item on this list, you probably have it at home. But the specific version that actually works in a blackout? Almost nobody buys it. The wrong version is worthless. The item at number 1, a former Marine logistics officer's single highest value grab in any Walmart during a blackout, has nothing to do with food, water, or batteries. It costs less than $9. You need to know what these are before you need them. Not after. Before. Let's move. Here is what a Walmart blackout panic actually looks like from the inside. It is not calm. It is not organized. It is not like the grocery store scene from a disaster movie where people look scared but still use their manners. A former loss prevention manager, 14 years at Walmart, multiple emergency events, told me the first thing that happens is shopping carts start ramming each other. Not because people are violent. Because they're panicked and the lighting is dim. You know what those 3 sections are. Water. Batteries. Canned food. Those shelves are gone before you've even found a parking spot. The retired Marines I've spoken with, the ones who have actually been through regional emergencies, they don't go to those 3 sections first. They go somewhere else entirely. This is not a list of things you should stockpile at home. This is exactly what disappears from Walmart in the first 60 minutes, in order, by speed of disappearance. Item 10 disappears in roughly 47 to 55 minutes. Item 5 is gone in about 20. Item 2 is gone in under 10 minutes. Item 1, the one most civilians walk right past, disappears in 6 minutes or less. Know this list or don't know it. One choice puts you ahead of 97% of the people in that building. The other puts you in the parking lot at 3 a.m. with a case of warm Gatorade wondering what went wrong. Item 10, shelf-stable UHT whole milk, Parmalat or similar. Approximately $3.98. Disappears in 47 to 55 minutes. Most people run straight for bottled water and forget that water isn't the only liquid that matters in a multi-day grid-down event. It doesn't need refrigeration until opened. 6-month to 1-year shelf life. Protein, calories, fat, calcium, consumable by every age group in your household. In a multi-day blackout, your refrigerated milk is gone in 24 to 36 hours. If you have young kids or elderly relatives, that's when things start getting hard. Army Combat Medic Ray said, shelf-stable milk is the bridge. It's overlooked because it doesn't feel tactical. It is absolutely tactical. Item 9, 1-pound Coleman propane canisters, camping section. $5.97 to $7.47. Disappears in 42 to 50 minutes. Your natural gas stove may or may not work during grid down. Your electric range absolutely does not. A single 1-pound canister gives approximately 1.5 to 2 hours of cook time. For canisters, $24 is a week of cooking capability. Compare that to a $200 propane setup that requires a 20-pound tank you can't easily transport. A retired Marine Staff Sergeant told me, the 1-pound canister is great if you're not staying home. And in a real blackout event, I don't know whether I'm staying home. So I carry the ones that go with me. Item 8, hand crank or battery AM/FM/NOAA weather radio, electronics section. $24.97 to $34.97. Disappears in 35 to 42 minutes. Your smartphone is the most useful device in the world under normal conditions. In a prolonged blackout, it's a countdown timer. NOAA weather radio operates on dedicated transmitter infrastructure specifically designed to function during regional emergencies, not dependent on cell towers or internet. The Midland ER310 has same encoding, specific area message encoding. It only alerts you for emergencies in your specific county. You don't stay awake listening to statewide alerts. It wakes you up if your area is affected. A former Navy operations specialist told me, the first principle of any emergency response is situational awareness. You cannot make good decisions without information. $34.97. That's the difference between knowing what's happening and guessing what's happening when the lights go out and your phone dies. Item 7, Contractor grade 55-gallon trash bags, cleaning or hardware section. $14.97 to $17.97. Disappears in 30 to 38 minutes. Here is the sanitation reality most prepper videos skip entirely. When water pressure fails, within 12 to 24 hours of grid failure, you lose the ability to flush. A contractor trash bag placed inside a standard toilet bowl, secured over the rim, with cat litter, creates a field-expedient waste containment system. Dysentery is not a 19th century problem. It kills people in the 21st century when sanitation fails. If you have kids or immunocompromised people in your household, sanitation failure is a medical emergency. A former Marine Corps field sanitation officer told me, I have seen entire relief efforts compromised because field sanitation wasn't planned for. Civilians never plan for it. It's the first thing we plan for. Get the big bags. Get cat litter while you're at it. Item 6, Pull-Tab canned meats, Keystone canned chicken, Spam Classic, Pop-Top Tuna. $1.98 to $7.97. Disappears in 25 to 32 minutes. Most people grab the wrong canned food. They buy 40 cans of vegetables and soup, and on day 3 they discover their electric can opener is dead. Their manual can opener is in a junk drawer they can't find. They are holding a can of kidney beans they cannot open. Pull-Tab canned meats solve 2 problems at once. No opener needed, and they provide protein, the macronutrient most emergency food stockpiles are critically short on. A former Marine Scout sniper told me, on day 4 without protein, your brain stops working right. Your decision-making degrades. Your reaction time slows. Canned meat is protein you can eat cold, out of the can, right now. Keystone canned chicken, fully cooked, in its own broth, eaten straight from the can. No heat. No tools. No preparation. $7.97 for 3 servings of actual protein. Item 5, Energizer Ultimate Lithium Batteries, AA and AAA only. Not alkaline. Electronics section. $14.97 to $18.97. Disappears in 18 to 24 minutes. You have batteries at home. The question is whether they're the right batteries. Unless you specifically know about this distinction, they're probably not. Standard alkaline batteries lose approximately 50% of their capacity below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Energizer Ultimate Lithium, rated to operate at -40 degrees. Self-discharge rate less than 1% per year. 20-year shelf life as packaged. Under heavy continuous load, they last 8 to 9 times longer than comparable alkaline. In a winter blackout, your alkaline batteries in your flashlight can fail in hours. Your lithium batteries keep running. Your NOAA radio runs for days instead of hours. A former Army Ranger told me his unit switched exclusively to lithium after alkaline batteries failed in cold Afghanistan at a moment that mattered. We never used alkaline batteries in the field again. Not once. Every prepper with alkaline batteries thinks they're covered. They're wrong. Item 4, Headlamps, GearLight S1000 or Black Diamond Spot 400. Camping section. $19.97 to $34.97. Disappears in 14 to 18 minutes. Most people have a flashlight somewhere. Most people do not have a headlamp. In a blackout scenario, cooking, doing first aid, navigating your home with both hands full, a headlamp outperforms a flashlight in almost every use case. The critical distinction: both the GearLight and Black Diamond use standard AA batteries, so if you grab the lithium batteries at item 5, you just paired two items for maximum synergy. A former Marine combat engineer told me, the moment you need two hands, the flashlight goes away. A headlamp keeps both hands working. In any real emergency, you need both hands working. Every time. If you have young kids or elderly relatives, a headlamp per person is the difference between navigating your house safely in the dark and someone getting hurt doing something simple. Item 3, Unscented Baby Wipes, Huggies Natural Care, 504 count tub. Baby section. $9.97. Disappears in 10 to 15 minutes. This one surprises people. Every time. Every veteran I've mentioned it to either already carries wet wipes or immediately said they were going to start. When water pressure fails, personal hygiene becomes a medical issue, not a comfort issue. Skin breakdown, wound contamination, and infection are the predictable downstream consequences. Combat troops on extended patrol don't shower. They stay clean with wipes. The military has been issuing wet wipes in field kits for decades. It is not a comfort item. It is an operational requirement. A former Special Forces 18D medical sergeant told me, the injuries I treated most on extended operations weren't from combat. They were from hygiene failures, hot spots that became infected wounds. Preventable with wet wipes and basic hygiene discipline. 504 wipes. $9.97. Personal hygiene, wound cleaning, surface decontamination, and baby care for an entire week for a family of 4. Combat medics, Special Forces soldiers, and Marine gunnies all list this in their top 3. Every single one. Item 2, Portable Power Bank, 20,000 mAh or higher. Anker 523 or Romoss Sense 8 Plus. Electronics section. $24.97 to $39.97. Disappears in 6 to 10 minutes. Your smartphone right now is your map, your communication device, your flashlight, your emergency alert receiver, your contact list, your camera, your medical reference guide, your weather source. And it runs on a battery that lasts between 6 and 18 hours. In a grid-down event with no power to charge it, your phone is a countdown clock. A fully charged 20,000 mAh power bank is 4 to 5 days of emergency smartphone use, 4 to 5 days of maps, communication, weather alerts, and contact with your family. Secondary use almost nobody thinks about. Your power bank charges your headlamp's USB port, your hand crank radio's USB input, and every other USB chargeable device in your kit. One power bank multiplies all your gear. A retired Army intelligence officer told me, the people who maintained communication in the first 48 hours made better decisions than the people who went dark. Better decisions mean better outcomes. A charged power bank is a communications investment. Item 1, Butane fuel canisters and portable butane stove combo, camping section. $24.97 to $37.97 total. Disappears in under 6 minutes. The Marine logistics officer who told me this has a name. His name is Gary. He spent 24 years in the Marine Corps, the last 8 in logistics and supply chain management. Gary said, butane canisters, the ones for portable tabletop stoves. Most civilians have never bought one. But every Korean restaurant has one on every table. In a blackout, They are the single most versatile heat source available at that price point. And they're gone in minutes. 8 canisters and a stove, $55 total. Approximately 8 hours of cooking capability. A week of single daily meals with fuel to spare. It cooks your food. It boils water for purification. A full rolling boil for 1 minute kills every pathogenic organism. It provides psychological stabilization. A hot meal has measurable effects on group morale. The Marines don't heat field rations because it's required. They heat them because the difference in troop performance between cold food and hot food is measurable and significant. It works indoors. Unlike propane, butane produces negligible carbon monoxide at normal output levels. Safer for indoor use in well-ventilated spaces when outdoor conditions are dangerous. Gary told me, the people who win in an emergency aren't the strongest or the most prepared in theory. They're the people who know exactly what to grab and go straight for it. Logistics is order. Order wins. This is a $55 purchase. If you never need it in an emergency, it's a camping stove you can use this summer. The downside of buying it is approximately zero. The downside of not buying it, and needing it, you can do that math yourself. Bonus item, and this one is on no prepper list I've ever seen, a laminated paper copy of your most important documents in a waterproof Ziploc bag. In your vehicle. Right now. Not digital. Not on your phone. Paper. Driver's license copy, social security copy, insurance cards, vehicle title, emergency contacts written by hand, prescription list. In any evacuation scenario you will encounter checkpoints, relief centers, insurance claims, and identity verification. Digital documents on a dead phone are useless. A retired Army intelligence officer told me, the people who can prove who they are get help faster, get better accommodations, and resolve their situation faster. Paper documents in a waterproof bag cost less than $5 and solve that entire problem. Full list recap, under 6 minutes, butane canisters and stove. 6 to 10 minutes, 20,000 mAh power bank. 10 to 15 minutes, unscented baby wipes. 14 to 18 minutes, lithium headlamp. 18 to 24 minutes, Energizer ultimate lithium batteries. 25 to 32 minutes, pull tab canned meats. 30 to 38 minutes, Contractor trash bags. 35 to 42 minutes, hand crank NOAA weather radio. 42 to 50 minutes, propane canisters. 47 to 55 minutes, shelf-stable milk. Total cost, approximately $180 to $220. Cooking, water purification, communication, light, sanitation, nutrition, and documentation, the 8 categories that determine outcomes in the first 72 hours. If the grid went down in your city tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, what would your outcome be? Not your plan. Not your intentions. Your actual current reality. The difference between the person who's fine and the person who isn't, it's whether the things you need are already where you are. That's it. That's the whole difference. Stay sharp. Eyes open. Get to that camping aisle before you need to.